Hey guys, this is Rebecca here, and today I'm back with my, what video is this? Is it my 5th video for the summer journaling? I know I have one more video after this due. This is called Prepping Journal Pages. So basically, I kind of learned this a while back when I was doing a lot of art journaling, which I still feel like this is something that I do. But if you ever see Balzar Designs, she has an art journal that she journals in as well, but I noticed, I'm like, how would she be able to finish those pages so in one sitting, you know, because I know with me I have small windows of opportunities a lot of times, and so I try to fit in my journals, just tidbits here and there, and then they kind of all come together. And so that's kind of what I wanted to show you. I also had someone asked me about, you know, do I journal every day? Do I journal weekly or monthly? Not monthly, but weekly or twice a week or those kind of things. Typically, creatively, I create every day within my journal, and I'll show you kind of, excuse me, what I mean by that. But then writing, I wish I could get better at that. Usually it's about 2 or 3 days a week. But I used to journal a lot more, but a lot of times what I'm creatively journaling, which is the pictures that I'm journaling and things like that, or sometimes tell my story in my journals. But I do like to write a lot more, and that's something I wish I could start doing on a daily basis, even though sometimes life, you know, isn't always that exciting day to day. But then again, sometimes it's day to day mundane things that kind of make up your story. So it's a constant, definitely in my book of life, something that I would want to do more frequently. Now, if you notice, my nails are not painted. I know, I don't like to do, I feel like we joke about my hands. If y'all have ever seen this Seinfeld, she has man hands, you know, it's a kind of a joke in our family that I have these man hands. And I like to keep my nails painted, but I also, painting my nails every week, I like to give them a rest. So they're at a resting point right now of no polish. So don't mind the man hands. Okay, am I making myself laugh? I'm sure. It's so silly. Okay, so this is my current 2 journals. This is what I plan on using this summer. I know we're already, gosh, how can we already be like June 10th? It's just crazy, it seems like. But I wanted to show you real quick how I kind of prep my journals for actually doing the writing and the decorating to do with my story. And then so I'm going to kind of show you, I use watercolor as a base a lot of times, watercolor and cardstock and not construction paper, but just, I don't want to say like cardstock, but it's that real thin scrapbooking paper, you know, those work really good in journaling because it doesn't create too much bulk in your pages. So I also use book pages. I know I'm going to do something that y'all are probably going to cringe about, but I'll get to that in just a moment. So let me get started. Okay, so this is my current journal, and if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see, like, I posted this picture the other day. I want to put a quote in here, so, and plus kind of talk about my summer. I haven't quite done that yet. This is, I also posted, we are in the process of buying and selling. Like, we're getting down into the nitty-gritty here. We should close on our house at the end of the month, and then in a couple days after that, we're trying to do it all in one day, but we'll see what happens. But so yeah, we are like in the inspection stage and all that kind of stuff, and so very exciting times. So I wanted to kind of paint the house. The house we're moving into is all brick, and so I really wanted to kind of do a picture. So this is kind of just with acrylic paint and doing a paint doodle. Now, when I talk about prepping my pages, here's one that I did with watercolor, and there's no writing. I mean, because I haven't gotten, you know, that far into it. Here's that cute little insert that we talked about in the other series, where you can just slide your little things in. And again, this is something that I would consider prepping, is putting this together and adding little tidbits in here. Watercolor, like I said, is a big basis, so I just kind of go through here, and typically watercolor does not take that long to dry, but I like to go ahead and get it on my pages so that they're prepped, ready to go for writing and for adding little tidbits. Here's another one with this cute flower. These are the flowers that came in the June kit down by the sea, and then this is Tim Holtz die cut. So I'm just gonna kind of flip through here. This should, if you know my, I kind of follow the process of the junk journals that I have, and what I do in my junk journals that I have online here for sale, I usually do seasonal ones. I usually do like a summer. I did Christmas last year, and I plan on doing a fall one. But I just tidbit some little, add some little paper clip die cuts in here, and this way they're ready to go when you're ready to journal. So that could be something, you know, I could put down here and then write in. Adding stickers, more watercolor paper, and I'll show you what inspired me to do this one. You know, and it's not like rocket science or anything spectacular, but I love the popsicles. So I just play around with watercolor, and I just add watercolor throughout. And that way it's prepping, it's ready to go for me to not have to worry about, oh, let me watercolor and then I'm going to wait, you know, and then, oh, life goes on and you get busy doing other things. This gives you an opportunity to have your pages ready to go. And you could also do like and I'm going to show you what I'm going to, the current inspiration that I have on that blue one in just a moment. But before I do that, here's another one. This is the second one. I had actually used this as a calendar, and I was going to document my workouts, and you can see I have done some workouts. Don't get me wrong, it's in my other planner, but I haven't been die hard on using this one yet. But again, we're still early on. So, but again, here's another watercolor page that I'm just prepping. So I wanted to kind of show you this. I'm not sure what this paper is. This is, in this journal, this is 28-pound paper. But this is what came with these particular inserts that I took apart and used because I wanted to use that calendar. So real quick on showing you how I watercolor. Nothing like crazy about it. Just basically, the key is keeping this with a lot of water. So I just kind of use, and this is a brush that I purchased. It's a 24 Master Touch round, and I just kind of come in here and blob it around, and that's pretty much it, you know. And then you could easily, you know, add more color in here. Like I said, the more water you can add, it kind of puts the more paint on your brush. And again, I'm not a watercolor specialist by all means. This is what I do in my journals. I was going to kind of show you an example. See, as you kind of run out, so I'm kind of running out of water. Let me show you real quick. And then if I come over here, add more, you get that vibrancy back. And I like to do just the swishies because it gives it that look, you know. Of just kind of darkening and lightening it up. Not liking that purple. Let's move on to this one. It's more of a dark bluish. No rhyme or reason to it, just painting. To me that looked, I like blue and orange together. To me it looked more purple on. And see, I personally love that look of how it gets darker and it has a lighter in it. So so yeah, and again, I'm doing no rhyme or reason. I'm just showing you my adding watercolor to pages. And other things you can do is add acrylic. Like if you wanted to use a resist, you could, you could put an acrylic stencil here. I'll have to show you that. I don't have, it may take a while to dry to do that. but that'd be something I can show in another video. So yeah, so I'm just plopping, just adding water to pages with soup. Okay, so I'm gonna let that set aside. So that's kind of like what I'll do is when I say I'm prepping my pages, I basically add my watercolor and then I set it aside. Find a space that's not gonna get messy over here. My studio is an absolute disaster. In fact, the pages just kind of squished together on that, but I'll show it to you. So then you come to, like, let's just say this one I plopped my watercolor on. I'm going to show you a technique. Oh, going back a little bit, this little cluster here I did, it's a doily with a die cut, and I basically put it where it hung off the page and then I cut it, but I didn't want to waste that other side, so I came in here and I just split it up, and then I put watercolor on that doily. So definitely if you have the big die cuts and the doily, or you're doing like a cardstock or something like that, and you'd only want to have it kind of hanging off the page a little bit, don't waste that other half, just add it to something else. I think I'm going to use this green, and I've showed this technique I think before, but I want to show it again. Let's see if I can find my little hand clips. I don't know what I did with them. I'm hoping in my new studio that we moved to, I'm a little bit more organized, but I'm not guaranteeing anything because it's always a work in progress, and I'm always laughing because I'm like, I'm creative. I can't be neat too. So I'm just gonna go on because I can't find them. So right here is I've added watercolor. These are like my two favorite little booklets that I just recently purchased. This was a Happy Planner 365 stickers, and this I noted I have never I didn't even know she was out there until I bought the sticker book, and now I'm loving following her on Instagram and looking at the different style that she has. So what I like to do is get these clear stickers that they've come out with. Let's see here, like these. They're actually a clear. Let's see if I could find any other ones. Here's more. I've used a lot of them, but what I like, I'll just pull this one out here, or it looks like it was. And I just take these off, and I add them. Oops, that one just stuck down on its own wheel here. And I just kind of add them to the pages, and what I might do is do like a little cluster here on the bottom, and I love the way you can still see the watercolor through. It looks like these are actually watercolored on to the page. I think this actually may be, sometimes they have like the ones that they say watercolor look to them, like that, and then we're going to add, let's do a purple one. So again, this is something that I'm just kind of coming in here and doing. I'm not necessarily going to write on this page right away, but I have it prepared. And then I'm going to cut these off, and this is where you can decide. Look, isn't that cute? See, I like that. So I don't want to waste any little piece, so I'm just going to put this up at the top like that. This not so much, but so there. So you can just kind of add. Let me use one of those words in here. So I just basically am preparing this page. Oops, so I've got to get a better cut on that. So, oops, this one I didn't trim very well. So this is definitely, it's kind of goes with my motive of creating something every day, is even if it's just adding watercolor or sticker to the page, this is an easy way when you get to this part of your journal, type in the date and you're already journaling in here. It's not taking that extra step to, you know, to try to prepare the pages, especially if you are in time crunches. So I wanted to kind of flip through here real quick too, and maybe do something with one of these, since I adore her. Very simple patterns. Like maybe create like a cluster or something. Oh, the butterflies, those are so pretty. Let's see what we can do here. You know, we could add, thought I had some other, didn't we do an orangey one? I have an idea for the blue one. I'll show you in just a moment. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. That one's kind of I'm thinking something different for that particular one. But another watercolor with the clear stickers. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that way it looks and turns out. So, and even like on this first page where, you know, you want to do, ooh, look how pretty. I guess it, I'm just like, oh, do you see that? How pretty that is? Yeah, so I love this little, this is a sticker book. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and it's by One Canoe 2, excuse me. But like this one, especially because, especially if you're, I'm probably going to do a quote about journaling, so I can put my pencil up here. And then maybe put a couple of gold hearts around it. Gotta put 3. 3 is the key. There we go. I just added some little gold hearts on there. So yeah, so that's kind of getting your prepping, and it also is filling those creative juices. One more thing I wanted to kind of talk about, like especially with this one, coloring in the house, where it's telling kind of your story. I'm going to show you. My daughter actually pulled this out for me. It was a it's a screensaver. Let me see if I can show it to you. Well, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like blinded by, oh, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? It's got the blue background. She looked up summer images and then she pulled it off online. And so then it has the little popsicle watermelons. So I thought it would be really cute to come in here and kind of paint these little, paint that scene in my journal. And I basically did the blue background with watercolor, and I'm going to come in here, you know, or maybe just do one like I did the popsicle. This paintbrush has a tip. Sometimes these I don't spend a lot of money on paintbrushes because I'm just not a good paintbrush mom, but let's see what it looks like. It comes to a point. But some of my are real shaggy on the end, and I don't particularly like that. Not when you're wanting to do like detail work where you don't want any stragglers coming, you know, making your lines messed up and those kind of things. So I'm just coming in here and just randomly drawing triangles. These are going to be my little watermelons. And what you could do with a page like this is what running through my mind is do this as a background, and then maybe print out a quote or write a quote or practice handwriting. That's something I'm wanting to do this summer, is is talk about something with summer, or summer lovin', or life is sweet, or something, you know, or a quote that is talking to you for your summertime vibe. And that what's really fun about acrylics, they dry pretty darn fast. So, and they're pretty, I love them because they're very forgiving. If you don't like what you do, you can really easily cover it up with, you know, a white paint, and then come back over and do that. And then, you know, redo your paint. So, how simple are watermelons? They're going to be little triangles, and then we're going to come in here and add the little seeds. Whoop. So I'm just going to kind of randomly put these little black seeds on. Now, one thing I did when I looked at the picture just now, I don't want to forget the green rind at the bottom. Oh, that one looks like it's smiling, right? Oh, that's hilarious. It's probably, I thought in my head, oh, this one needs to be smiling here. There's this one color I like that I'm thinking about for the green. It's actually called a, just the name of it, it's a sour apple. The color sour apple is put out by Americana. And I love that color. It's almost kind of real bright, but it works. I've used it quite a bit. It's Irish moss. Here it is, sour apple. Oh, it's kind of that clumpiness going on here. I hear my husband in there. We're cooking out steaks tonight, and so I know he is waiting for me. I said, let me do my video real quick. I meant to do this all week long, but I've been filling orders for you guys, and I appreciate anybody that's put in their order for the mermaid kit or the junk journals. I love making the journals because, again, a lot of it is what a junk journal consists of is it's got the paper in there, the clear 28-pound paper, and then it has what do you call it, and then I'll put different types of cardstock to kind of go with the theme of the cover. And I have to admit, the two most popular designs were the campers, the vintage campers, and this particular one here, the picnic, the vintage picnic, and I love it. So I'm just putting a line of the sour apple, and I'm going to come add the sticks. Ta-da! Don't they look so cute? A couple of them do look like they're smiling at me. So I'm going to come in here with some brown. There's a light cinnamon by Americana. And I'm just going to create little sticks that can go onto the bottom. I really like that paintbrush I was using just now. Okay. And I'm just kind of got too much moisture on it. This is my handy dandy paper towel roll, and I basically leave it on a roll, and I just, sometimes when it gets small like this I keep it like that, but I just add it like that. Ta-da! And I know you guys, some of you guys out there, I can't draw a stick person. I can't, can't draw, it looks awful. Sometimes when you're painting or and really truly I've been painting my whole life, but I know that there are times that I really, if I look at like fine art and I'm like, wow, that detail of those the faces and just amazing everything, it's overwhelming to me. But what I know, I think I probably could definitely give it a try. I would want to give it a try. Right now I'm not into that right now, but later on, you know, I could see myself wanting to give it a try. What I mean by fine art, I'm trying to think here, like if I was to draw or paint or something, like here's this one little boy, and really putting in the details of all the lines in the clothing and the shadowing and things like that. But if you're wanting to just do like little paint doodles like this, my advice is to break it down. Like even this picture here, I mean the watermelon, which actually I probably could go in there and do that too, but add like different shading and things like that. But this tells you what it is. I mean, to me, I'm like, oh yeah, it's cute little watermelon on sticks, at least for my journaling. But and even if someone says I can't do that, just break it down by size. Like take for instance, okay, these they look like triangles. Let me draw triangles, you know, and just keep practicing and working with it. And I promise you, practice makes perfect. I'd really, and not even necessarily where maybe you think it's perfect, but I'm going to come in here and just add the lines. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing here. But just keep practicing and you'll be able to do amazing things. I really do believe that. Now I have gone through bouts of times in my life that I wasn't creative at all. I look back, even in my 20s, y'all, I was making stuff. I had to say, I was crafting something. I was like making these. I remember one year I worked for this car auction, and do y'all remember Wins? I don't know if y'all, I think it was a Wins. I think it was a Wins. I don't know. I lived in North Austin. I was by myself. Well, and I started making these little brooms. And they were like on clearance or something. So they were these little brooms, and I put ribbons on them, and I put different themes. And I remember, I'll never forget, these car dealers would come in and they like, oh, can I buy some of those from you? And I started selling them for like $10. It was funny. But so I've always been very crafty and artsy, I guess. But I guess what I'm saying is there's been times that I've always kind of scrapbooked has been my outlet. And even then there was times, especially during the dark times of life when things are happening, you don't necessarily want to paint or do anything, like you just kind of don't want to do, I don't know, to me this is happiness, and maybe weren't really happy times or things were going on or just had other things. But and then I would start to pull out my stuff again. I'm like, I can't do this. I've lost my mojo. But the more you do it, the more easier it becomes, and the more that you start finding your own style. And, you know, painting or designing or creating or sketching or even getting out stickers and adding stickers in your planner or your notebook, you'll start getting your own style, and you'll start... and then it just kind of, you'll start seeing your things pop up. So, and do not hesitate to go on to Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook or those type of pages and get inspiration. One of my most favorite things to do is to inspire you guys to get creative, and because to me it's such an outlet for me. So I guess I just didn't want anybody to come and say, oh, can't draw a stick figure. I hear that a lot. Mother, if you're watching. But my mom is creative in her own way, and that's what drawing is not maybe her thing, but she loves to crochet, and that's her little outlet of happiness. So, I guess all in all, my whole little spill while I'm just painting this crazy that it's turned into one crazy looking spotty fence. Oops. Like I said, it doesn't have to be. It's what inspires you and what makes you feel creatively fun. I guess all in all, what I was trying to say is don't feel held back on because you feel like you can't do something. Just give it a whirl, see what happens, see how things are. So there you have it. There's my idea behind, look how messy I got it. That means I'm having fun. But again, you know, you could add washi to these. You saw my little eyeglass washies that I added. I think it's basically up here. But yeah, prep your pages. If you find something that's inspiring, I love this. I want to use this somewhere in here as like a tip-in. I just had it kind of stuck in here. Like I said, this is how I do my little my little journaling pages is I add these little paper clips in here, and then I stick in things I want to use, my little junk journals. So let me show you real quick. I bet this is dry. Yep. So I kind of just stuck it out. I have a fan going over here, and this is it. It kind of fell together. That's what I was saying. It fell together, but I kind of like the way it looks. But here we go. You have your page prepped. You could come in here and add flowers. You could add some stamping. Since I'm here and I have my stamps right beside me, let's see if I can find something that's not Christmas or Halloween, which is what I'm seeing in front of me right now. Oops. Oh no. Sorry guys. I hit my camera. Maybe I won't do any stamping here because all I'm seeing is really my Christmas stamps. But you get the idea of, you know what? Take that back. Let's use this. This is one of my favorite stamps. This one and this one. These are my two little favorite. I do a lot of this even on canvases and things like that. So we've got some blue action. We'll go up here and add your stamping, and that way you're getting creative, you're having fun, you're prepping your pages. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be writing right here and now on the pages, but you are getting them ready to go. This is a Stampin' Up. It actually was a flower. These are actually little flowers. It has a little stem around here somewhere. But you could do this one night. You could do several of these little watercolor, then come in here and add your stamps, your stickers, and then when you're ready to journal, you've got your page set up for you. Well, I hope that's inspiring you guys. I hope I was able to give you some tips on, you know, getting creative and sticking with it, and making time, because I know it can be super busy sometimes to try to fit all of this in at one time, and your journaling, which is what I really try to tell myself is the most important, is getting those words on paper, getting your story down. But also, to me, painting, stamping, coloring is all in the same release of pure joy, if you ask me. No, but it's just a way to get your creative self out there and really enjoy what you love to do. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week in my last video for the summer, for summer journaling. I'm not last for the summer, but I'll have for the summer journaling series. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.